I couldn't think of a nicer place to be as under the water looking in the Great Barrier Reef. I mean, it's probably one of the more beautiful places in the world, I think. I spent quite some time with Steve doing some documentaries on parts of the Great Barrier Reef, which was very enjoyable, of course. Steve's life, as was mine, really is all about making the planet a better place. And with something like the Great Barrier Reef, which is, I believe, is probably one of the greatest wonders of the world, not just one of the 7 wonders. And to think that because of ignorance and greed and stupidity and irresponsibility, that we've got a possibility of losing that forever. It just does not make common sense to me. And I think every single Australian should be concerned about it. And I did say more than 2 years ago now that our next big issue facing Australia generally was going to be the Great Barrier Reef. I think with the increased traffic of these huge coal ships and gas ships that are going to be coming in and out, the threat is very real indeed. Why should they be allowed to go across the Great Barrier Reef and risk destroying it? They shouldn't be. And one of the problems is that nobody does their research more than 1 or 2 years in front. They don't go 15, 20 and 50 years ahead to actually work out what the problem's going to be. And of course by that time, oops, I'm sorry, but the reef's been destroyed and it's too late. I won't sit back and let it die. And I think there's many people out there that won't too, but we've got to get them motivated, and that's the difficult thing. Because when we think about it, you know, the Great Barrier Reef doesn't belong to the Queensland government, it doesn't belong to the federal government, it belongs to every single Australian and every person around the world.